How's it going, homies? Hope you're all doing as good as I'm doing today. I'm physically feeling an 8.2 because goddamn, it flew today. I can finally, like, I had high hopes and I felt confident, but I can finally, like, for sure say that this program is really putting in the work that I thought it would. These are the days where I feel like I'd be getting pretty tired and, like, looking forward to the rest day coming up, but goddamn, I feel like I got like infinite energy right now. So, mentally, I'll just I don't know. I'm gonna just put it at an 8.3 because I have no idea really if it's like super in sync or less or more, but I'm gonna just assume based off the way I'm talking and how excited I am to hit some really heavy fucking weights next week that I'm feeling pretty good. A lot of good homie interactions today at the gym. Everybody's hyping each other up, and I just, if the gym just felt natural today. But anyway, something I've been running into a lot lately is how people do not give themselves any goddamn credit. And I can act, I don't want to pretend like I'm some beacon of hope or fucking positivity or whatever. I have my low moments. You guys have seen it if you've been watching. But it's what ends up happening so much is that people will get so stuck in feeling like they got to hit some level of success that's compared automatically to everybody else in their field or whatever the fuck they're doing. And it just ends up being a whole battle to just see who's better or who's technically working more. And it's like, I'm just at a point where it's like, who gives a shit? It's like, I don't know why everybody wants to try to show how big their ego is when it comes to work and stuff, when, like, shit, they're probably not as happy as they say it is. Again, a lot of people will correlate their happiness with how money successful they are, or whatever their position is. And I again, not everybody's like this. I've had a lot of encounters recently where good friends of mine that I want the best for are constantly thinking like, oh, I'll be happy at some point. I'm gonna be a doctor or like a high engineer one day, and I'm gonna be making so much money, and then I can slow down and finally be happy. And I'm like, the way I see it is, if you are contemplating on giving yourself the credit you deserve now in the future, then you're not going to be giving yourself that credit when the future comes. Because even if you're like 15 years or older, I feel like at the age of like 14, 15, you really start getting a bit of independence when it comes to your individuality as a person. But it gets to a point where you get so obsessed with banking your hopes and dreams on the future that you constantly push yourself forward through all the pain and suffering, whatever you may be feeling. And then the moment you get to what your brain wanted 5-10 years ago, this happens with the gym all the time, where people will be like, I'll be happy when I'm as strong as I was before. The bar moves up, my guy. Like, the older you get and the more experience you get and the more hardships you go through in life, your bar right now for whatever you want your future to be will increase every day. And what I want people to understand is that is a really good thing. It is awesome to have high hopes for your future, but you got to understand that what you're doing right now is the best you got. You can't say that you're not doing enough when you're banking your efforts on the future self of you, because that person doesn't exist. They haven't come to fruition yet. How could you put any effort into a future persona if they're not able to put in any effort themselves? It's gonna be the same you when you get there. It's just a matter of being a little patient and letting the good times roll, I guess. I know I'm being a bit general about it and a lot more frank when it comes to it. And again, easier said than done. Everybody's got to experience a certain level of personal success to truly believe that they will be fine no matter what happens. And I get that. I have gone through the shit and managed to make, again, the world runs on money. It's just the state of the culture we have. And, similar to how, when you look at cavemen, they were out and, they woke up and They were like, all right, I got to go catch a couple fish and hunt a couple deer today in order to survive. They didn't want to do that shit. I know a lot of people fantasize of like, oh, it'd be so easy to just go and hunt my own food. And like, of course it'd be easy right now because we have all the tools to do it. They had jack shit, you know? And so similarly right now, we have a lot less tools than is necessary to become successful at a fast rate when it comes to our economy and our culture. And so in 100 years from now, or maybe even less, people are going to be like, oh, it was so easy back then, you know? If it were like how it was 100 years ago, I'd be a millionaire. And it's like, no, you probably wouldn't. You know, you're constantly moving forward, and if you're going to base what kind of success you would have had on the past and bank your happiness and the amount of credit you actually give yourself to fulfill your daily life on the future, it's just you're never going to be living in the present. And I can't wrap my head around it. It sucks. And again, I'm speaking from the heart. There is no shade and no harm coming from any of this. I just think that people need to like chill out a little bit, you know? There's always going to be a place and time for you to put in as much effort as you're wanting to put in right now, but you can't rush it all in one day. You know, like I've been doing the gym for so long that it's hard for me to analyze life without it. But the similarity I can give is that when I'm trying to learn some new technique with Olympic weightlifting, I've been doing pause reps recently, and I was jumping forward a shit ton 2 weeks ago, and I didn't know what to do. And I put myself to the test. I just worked on the bar for a while, and I just was like, I'm going to just do this until I get it, and once I feel it, I'm going to just do my best next time, and putting in my best effort every single day, and I'm at the point where I can't imagine jumping forward at all, you know? But me from 2 weeks ago probably thought that I was going to have this issue for months. And I could have, but it doesn't matter because you're always going to see progression as long as you're consistent and driven to fix the thing that you want to fix. Not even fix, just it's a new addition to life. That's a thing. I hate it when people say that they need to replace or fix something in their life in order to be happy. There is no replacing or fixing. It's just a matter of getting a new addition to your current life that makes the other things easier to handle or more fun to enjoy. I don't know. I'm trying to wrap my head around it and get to a point so I can get full circle with this conversation. But I guess when it comes down to it, at its heart, if you've got people around you, or if it's yourself that you find yourself relating to this conversation, like sit down and really think about the efforts that you've put in, you know? Stop thinking about what you got to do next week or tomorrow, whatever shift you have, however much money you need for bills this month. Stop thinking about that right now, you know? Just give yourself 10 minutes and just think back and be like, man, I really did go through that before. That's like the only thing the past should be used for. Looking back at your successes. Because all the failures, those are what provide you the drive to want to do better. But you should never be stuck thinking about the failures you had. You should be stuck thinking about the successes. God damn it. I came out of 9th grade in high school when I was 14, 15 years old. I was 225 pounds and I was like 5'5" in height. And I am sure anybody can understand how fucking chunky that is. Like, good Lord. A 225 child is insane. And while that did help me get strong pretty fast in weightlifting, I always looked at that as a failure. But now that I've gotten to the point where I'm putting in my max effort every day and accepting that what I'm doing is the best that I got and I'm making progress every day, I look back now and I'm like, thank fuck I was 225 coming out of the 9th grade, because if I wasn't, I wouldn't be as strong. I wouldn't have gotten that drive to make myself better from it. And so now I can properly give myself that credit to where I'm like, damn, the past was worth it, and I did end up where I was supposed to end up, you know? And you can only truly accept that kind of a statement when you achieve that little bit of success that allows you to give yourself that stability and, you know, that vulnerability that leads to giving yourself the credit when it comes to you personally. Because everybody's always going to support you when you got friends and family, whatever you end up doing. But you got to truly learn to feel it yourself. You know, it takes a long time. And again, easier said than done. I don't expect anything I say to make someone's life turn around just from hearing the words. I just want someone to hear this and latch on to one thing I said and be like, damn, I never thought about it that way. Maybe I'll try something new tomorrow. And that could just butterfly effect all the way to them having a happy life, you know? And it's never, whatever success or credit you end up giving yourself in the future, it's never the product of other people. The support that you get throughout life just gives you that stable stage to stand on until you can progress yourself personally to that point, you know? So make sure you understand, when you become successful in your own way, not regardless of money or status, whatever, when you truly believe that you succeeded in a certain fashion of life, you gotta, like, please know that was your effort, you know? As much help as you may get, like, people who get money from their families in college are always looking down on themselves because they're like, oh, I know so many people who pay for college themselves and they're working a full-time job. Be happy you have that support, you know? Be grateful. It lets you do so many things faster and less limited than those people that want to do it, you know? And again, it's fine. Everybody's got a different starting point, but as long as you try to get to that finish line at the same passion and drive as the next guy, that's what matters, you know? So it doesn't matter when you get there or when the success starts to build up. Just stay consistent and stay positive. Give yourself that little bit of credit that'll push you to the next day and drive you to do more, you know? I'm already thinking about my workout tomorrow. I'm thinking about the work I could be doing for money tomorrow. I'm thinking of new hobbies I can do tomorrow that I haven't done in years, you know? There's so many things I could be doing, but right now, it's nighttime. And I'm going to go make me a big old meal, enjoy myself, because I'm always going to preach this. If it's nighttime and you're sitting in your bed, not doing anything fun that makes you happy, whether it's looking on your phone or playing a video game or shooting the shit with your roommates or whoever you're with, doing whatever you want, we both know you're not getting shit done tonight. So put your shit down, pull out your phone and scroll through TikTok or some shit. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, enjoy yourself. That's what life is all about. So do your best, you know, and have fun on the way. That's all I got.